Broads Media.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome on in to Sports Talk with Broads. On a personal level, it always sucks for me recording on a Sunday night when they win the series, but they drop the final game because it's such a weird energy. Taijuan Walker sucked. Sir Anthony Dominguez sucked. But big picture, I'm glad with what they did. This is why Friday night was so important to me. Sometimes that swing game isn't necessarily always the final one. It doesn't always pan out where you split the first two and then game three, here's the rubber match, go snag it. Game one, in my eyes, was the go snag it game. Now, you don't know that in the moment, but looking back, even though Craig Kimbrell struggled and Jose Alvarado put himself in a pickle and we were nervous, winning that game was so massive because it changes the trajectory of the series. If they fell and then they headed into Atlanta this upcoming week, I'd be terrified. Seriously, I'd be on the edge of my seat, but this time I'm sweating nonstop. All right, it's not the edge of my seat because I'm excited and I'm staring down every single pitch. It's, oh my God, I'm clenching. It's bad. It's bad, all right? I'm just keeping it 100 and telling you what it would be like. So, huge. Now, game three, you want to talk about how they were handed a W on a golden plate, and they decided, no, thank you. I saw two different camps when it came to the results. It was either they didn't deserve to win anyway, or come on, you could have. You're supposed to destroy a team that is sloppy as hell, not covering second base on a rundown. Okay, that scores Bryce Harper. The double play ball by Nick Castellanos. The inning stays alive. Now, I have no idea what Dusty Wather was doing over at third because the ball was roped into left field pretty damn hard. All right, we're not talking Trey Turner. This isn't someone with a ton of speed on the bases. And I actually thought I heard Dusty Wathan at the time of the ball being shown in left field. Go, 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 keep going. Keep going! He was thrown out by a mile. Stupidity. There's no way in hell you said Nick Castellanos there. I can at least maybe live with it if you're pushing someone who's super fast. But that guy? That could have been the turning point of the game more so than anything else. Because what if that inning completely fell apart for St. Louis? And it very well could have, because they're not mentally strong. They are a very weak team right now that wants to get this season over with. They don't want to continue to go to the ballpark and get embarrassed. They're ready to turn the page and hit the offseason switch. They want to go golfing. They want to fly to Florida, go somewhere nice, and kick it for 7-8 days with the fellas and bring out the 9-irons, all right? They want to bring out the big stick and go up and see who can drive it the farthest. Put a couple of dollars down on it. Speaking of putting down a couple of dollars, let me tell you about my friends over at MyBookie. They are the presenting sponsor here of Sports Talk with Broads, and as a bettor, you demand perfection. And MyBookie delivers NFL, college, football, and a brand new cash out system that gives you options to bet and win all season long. The first two legs of your parlay hit, you can cash out early and place another bet or let it ride for the chance at a bigger payday. Join the MyBookie family, for an entire season filled with daily odds boosts, same-game parlays, and super contests. This season, MyBookie has a no-strings-attached cash bonus that lets you deposit and withdraw quickly. So if you use promo code BROADS on a deposit of $50 or more, you can receive up to $200 in cash instantly to your MyBookie account. So bet your deposit amount once, and you're ready to withdraw at any time. Again, that's promo code BROADS. To claim your cash deposit bonus, you can bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie. Check out the information down below. Oh, man, you're missing out if you're not diving into the action there. So I fall in the category of they didn't deserve to win it anyway. I understand why you could look the other path, if you told me you were aggravated and if you thought they wet themselves and there was a chance to do something in a game that wasn't going your way, in a game where you didn't particularly play your best, the other team was that tragic and they were trying to do everything in their power to lose, how dare you lose that opportunity yourself? I get it, I do. I'm just telling you, and sometimes I do feel that way. It's just very situational. My gut at the end of that one said, well, they didn't really deserve to anyway. They did not deserve to. I don't know what else to tell you. They have a Sir Anthony Dominguez problem. You can't rely on him at a back end of a game. I don't know what you do with that because, well, he is important. I don't know. Do you go to a different right-handed arm? Do you go to Dylan Covey? All jokes aside, right? We ripped and destroyed and annihilated Dylan Covey every step of the way. And in his last outing, there were a couple walks. It wasn't so awesome. But with Dylan Covey, if you need a right-handed pitcher, Craig Kimbrell's being utilized as the closer, or let's say you need him in the 8th inning, Jose Alvarado's not available for you. Gregory Soto's, I don't know. Do you go to Covey if you need a right-handed arm, damn it? That's the question. I don't know what else to ask at this point because Sir Anthony Dominguez is a mess, and I guess the only way to get him, quote, right is to keep throwing him out there in high-leverage situations, but if it results in a loss, what do you do with that? You have to try and fix whatever it is, confidence-wise, mechanics-wise. At the same time, how much is left here? What are we working with here? Not much. So is this what it is? What can he do? Hoffman, definitely a better option. Hoffman, Strom, Covey, Alvarado, Kimbrell, Soto, and sit Sir Anthony's ass on the side, just like Taijuan Walker's ass should be on the bench when the postseason rolls around too. 7 innings, 5 earned runs, 109 pitches, allowed 8 hits. Oh, but Broads, he ate some innings for you. Oh, but Broads, he settled down. I don't give a fuck. I did not like Taijuan Walker. I thought he was horrible. I thought he was terrible. I think he's consistently terrible. I have all sorts of data for this team right now. And I gathered it, and I saw all these things I thought would be great to incorporate. Here's one of them in regards to Taijuan Walker. He gave up 5 earned runs today. He has given up 14 earned runs over his last 3 starts and has a 7.27 ERA in the month of September. That smells like vomit. That smells like crap. How about game 2, though, on Saturday when they won because of Kyle Schwarber, who's one of the greatest to ever live? I don't know if I've ever told you that before, but I just want to make sure that that's highlighted. Kyle Schwarber reached a career-high 97 runs batted in last night. He has 20 game-winning RBIs this season. This is courtesy of John Clark. That is the most in baseball this season. But there are people who don't want him to have at-bats, which makes me laugh. Rojas had a good weekend. Some good defensive plays. He caught a couple balls out in the outfield where the expected batting average was .610 and .550. So it just shows what he's capable of doing with his legs and the smartness of playing the outfield. And here's the final one. Ranger Suarez limited the Cardinals to 1 run over 6 innings. He now has a 3.16 ERA since May 30th. I thought Ranger, I'd call that greasy. 6 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 4 walked batters. The game on Saturday was a weird one in regards to the pen. There were a few walks, but it's Hoffman, it's Marte, it's Soto, it's Covey. It's not your traditional way of winning the game. That's never what you visualize when you picture a W before it happens. And with this team, trust me, I guess you can never write anything down as status quo. Nothing happens the way you think it would happen on paper. Something spicy's always in the works. That's Phillies baseball, and that's very fair to say. You had a lot of weird, strange people throwing the ball to get that W, and you had a nice lead, so it's not as if you had to go to your workhorses. But when those are the names I see, a win is a win, and how it goes and how many walks there were, 4 walks by the bullpen and all that stuff, it doesn't matter. I'm asking very interesting names to shut it down. Go shut it down. Maybe some of these guys, though, end up having a bigger role than we all anticipated, though, because some of the bigger guys just no-showed for you this season. And I'm looking at you, Sir Anthony Dominguez. Maybe he's not healthy. Maybe it just comes down to that. He's not physically right, which is then slowing down everything else in his body baseball-wise, and he can't figure it out at all. It's just a write-off season until next year, and bullpen arms are so hit or miss. They're so inconsistent. They range from great to awful to terrible to average to elite, and you never know what season or what month you'll get from each individual guy, and we're going through it with Sir Anthony Dominguez. I have to put my hands up and say that, and now wonder, what do you do because of it? I'm at the point now where it's been long enough, and as desperate as you are to try and get him out of it, I don't know if it's possible, and you can't give away games. So now it's, are you winning or not? And I'm talking about individually. Are you winning? Are you winning your job? Are you winning your play? Are you winning your at-bats consistently enough? And with Sir Anthony, he's not. So it's Covey, it's Hoffman, it's anybody else now. I cannot believe that I'm saying that, but it's real. And it's all predicated off of his poor play. Enough is enough. I'm sorry. I gave you a long leash. People have been calling for your name for months now. I said relax. I said keep giving him the ball. I said let him work. I gave you the work, dude. You're still failing. You're not passing the test. At some point, you're going to stop taking the test. All right, you're not taking the test anymore this year. We got to regroup. It's horrible. It really is ugly. Kyle Schwarber's home run wasn't ugly, though. It's just amazing. It really is. It's one of the greatest things to ever see. It's probably one of the most majestic things in all of baseball is a Kyle Schwarber home run. You know, speaking of home runs, Alec Bohm, guy's got pop. So 17 home runs on the season. I need him to get that 20. I think that is so crucial for his development and so nice for him to see that 2-0 number when he looks at the back of the baseball card when the season's all said and done. However it ends, if it's emotional, break of the heart again, so be it. When he looks back at this season in particular and sees 20, that goes to 22. That goes to 25. It is the growth of Alec Bohm. That thing was murdered. Would that go into the third deck? Is that the third deck? The second deck? The little hamburger spot up there? He loves playing in St. Louis. He rakes in that ballpark. There's something about, hey, I'm comfortable. This is my park. Man, he shreds when they play in St. Louis. That home run's important. Each one for him, even in a loss, it goes separate from the team view. It's an Alec Bohm view. It's, can he ever be the polished hitter with all the home runs that I cry about at night? You heard me. I sit there and I wonder, what's the ceiling for Alec Bohm? He already doubled, if not quadrupled, my expectations defensively this early in his career. Expected to see a bigger struggle bus for a longer period of time. So congrats. Never seen him use all of that body. Now that frame is starting to generate the power. Killed it. Killed it. He's getting 20 plus this year, and that is huge for me. Okay? Forget anybody else. Forget the Phillies for me. All right, I want to hear reactions. So we're going to run to the Anytime hotline and start listening to all of you because you're way cooler than me. I'm just a dope. Let's do it.
Well, the Phillies have ruined another football Sunday for me. Runners in scoring position with this team, man. Trey Turner with the bases loaded. The guy I'm looking at more, though, JT, dude. I mean, that was a disgusting at-bat. Swing and a miss, swing and a miss, swing and a miss. Taijuan Walker with the typical Taijuan Walker start. I mean, at least he ate some innings for your bullpen, but that's about all good I can say about him. And Sir Anthony, dude, gives up the bomb. Not going to get any easier with Atlanta. Come on, Phillies. Figure it out.
Okay, so speaking of JT Realmuto, here was a quote after the game about trying to do too much in those situations, expanding the zone a little bit, and he doesn't really have an answer for it right now. He went 0 for 8 this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, not talking about Friday's game, and is in a 4 for 32 slump in his last 8 games without an extra base hit or a walk. He's hit 190 with runners in scoring position this year, and over the last couple of years, it was closer to 280. He's at 190. So desperate whenever he gets to the plate with guys on. You're right. That at-bat, swing, gross, swing, swing. Oh, my goodness gracious. Could it be any easier? Could it be any easier if you're the opponent? JT, come on, dude. Be competitive. If you go down, at least look like Bryson Stott, who works you and grinds you and wears you down, and then you tip your cap by the end of it if you do ground out. But I've never seen someone so lost. I guess I have. His name's Trey Turner, and his name's Nick Castellanos. But JT Realmuto is starting to trend in that direction of, dude, what? 190 with runners in scoring position? 190. 190. He's batting less than 200. Kyle Schwarber, my guy, gets crucified every single damn day for producing like that with his 40-plus bombs. Yeah, JT, he's the best catcher in baseball, but he's the best catcher in baseball, but he's got the best pop time in baseball. He's at 190 with runners in scoring position. Let's go. Get your head out of your ass. He's asked about his front foot with the timing. Now, that's a media thing. Oh, yeah? Or there's something to it. Maybe that's why. Now, I don't know the answer. I don't know if it's the front foot and timing and bringing your knee up. I have no idea. But if you're just going to shake it off and poo-poo it like there's a 0% chance, maybe that's why you're still in this funk. I don't know. Go talk to Bryson Stott, because whatever he does with 2 strikes is orgasmic. That's right, it gives people orgasms, how he produces with 2 strikes, smokes it into the gap. Start doing your research. Start absorbing the info, because whatever info you're getting now is tragic. And by the way, I don't really know how to transition to this, and I just said the word tragic, and it made me want to go down this path real quick is, hey, prayers to Charlie Manuel. That is some horrible news to wake up to when I saw that this morning. Was that this morning or yesterday morning? I forget when I saw it on social media for the first time, but man, that's awful. We did get an update from the Phillies, and it does seem like his family is saying things are trending in the right direction, and I saw Larry Bowa got interviewed, and I saw some other people who were speaking to their family say things are trending in the positive light. So hallelujah, send your prayers to Charlie Manuel, and just make sure you're keeping him in your thoughts and his family as well, because that's horrible. It's just horrible. Come on, Skip. That's our Skip, baby. He's our bread and butter, man. Skip. He's the best. He's the best. He's the best. Okay. I don't really know how to transition out of that. Just remember, think of the Manuals tonight and every day this week and send some love. All right, we'll go to the next call.
Well, that sucks, not being able to finish that off. Really does. Anthony Dominguez gives me all the biggest concerns. Going into the playoffs, he should not be pitching in high leverage situations. But at the end of the day, you did get the series win. Winning 2 of 3 is the most important thing. Win the games that are in front of you, and then, the other teams will do what the other teams will do around the wild card race. So you're still in a good spot. You still got a good amount of games up on the Cubs and the rest of the wild card, so I'm not worried about that position at all. This Braves series, even though they did just get swept by Miami, absolutely destroyed by Miami, actually, I'm not sure how that's going to go. So that's the big question mark.
It could be bad. It could be bad for the Phillies. How long will the Braves play that poorly? They're too talented and too strong to collapse, right? Just so everyone listening, if they didn't check the scores, 16-2, they lost today. 16-2. 11-5 on Saturday, and 9-6 on Friday. They got pounded. Was that 36 runs for the Marlins over a 3-game span? Probably worst case scenario for the Phils. If you want to look for the toughness of our own team, though, keep pounding them. Because the Braves will be wired to get their foot back on the right path here, right? Oh, man, that's not us. That's not who we are. You go to the ballpark with extra motivation to stop the noise, to stop all the crap. It was just an awful series, and we'll show and prove the world that we are who you think we are. If game 1, we're reacting, and the Phillies lose 15-3, and all the rage that the Braves had inside of them for how poorly they played against the Marlins is on full display, and they bend you over, that ain't going to fly with me. So knowing that the Braves will be prepared and be as properly ready to go to shut up everyone who's talking about that Marlins series, go handle them. Do what the Marlins just did. You're better than the Marlins are, no? Keep the foot on the gas. It's a lot of runs to give up. A lot of runs in a 3-game span. Let this offense churn, baby. That's your team's brand, is to kill the baseball. Is to score a ton of runs. Well, this team's fragile right now. Step on their throat. You better. Oh, okay. These calls are from Saturday because, as I mentioned, they did win the series. So I want to look for some positives and hear about the good game that we didn't discuss yet. So let's do it.
Good win for the Phils. Man, Kyle Schwarber's just the greatest baseball player I've ever seen.
Yes.
And this is why I don't overreact when he goes through a little dry spell. Don't worry, there's a few bombs waiting around the corner.
More than a few. There's probably double digits waiting around the corner. 12, 13. I don't want to undersell the perfection that is one Kyle Schwarber. Continue.
I'm never worried with this guy. Good to see Ranger have a strong outing. Hopefully he can carry that for a couple more into the postseason because you're going to need him with the way Nola and Walker have been looking. But it's a good win. Let's get that sweep and then go take care of Atlanta.
We didn't get the sweep. Update, we did not get the sweep. We can still take care of Atlanta, though. This will never happen. I repeat, this will never, ever happen. As of today, and maybe this is something that we squeeze into the shows on a regular basis, the as of today rotation. The as of today, what would I do if I was Rob Thompson rotation? And I'll be harsh. I don't have any emotional ties to Aaron Nola. Right now, what 3 starters as of today, and it could change as quickly as tomorrow, it could change as quickly as 2 days from now. This is a very fluid list. That's why maybe we incorporate it daily to see how much things change. But for me right now, the ones that I have the most confidence in is Zach Wheeler, Christopher Sanchez, and Ranger Suarez. That would never happen. I'm telling you, that's how I feel if we had a 3-game series in a playoff. right now. They'll go Nola because his ceiling is higher than everybody else's, and I'm not fully convinced on Ranger yet. That was gritty. It was a grind. That's what you're going to get, though. If Ranger does get the ball and he is on the mound in a high-profile spot, that's probably what I expect. Can he walk 4, go 6, and allow 2? Walk a few batters, get out of an inning, third inning or so. What was it, the third inning? Long-ass inning. Putting your hands over your eyes, trying to, I don't want to look. I don't want to look. What's happening here? Why are there 3 guys on with 1 out? Oh, my God. Maybe then you get a ground ball to Trey Turner. It's a close double play. Because for some reason, I think between him and Stott, I sweat out some of their double play balls more than I should. I don't know if that's just me. Maybe it's a problem. Maybe it's my deodorant. I have no idea. Just speaking from the heart. Let's go to Sean before we wrap things up here.
Nice win for the Phillies tonight. More of a workman-like performance. Nothing really spectacular. St. Louis is a pretty bad baseball team at this point, so you do what you have to do when you're in a playoff hunt against bad teams. You get wins. Gotta say, prayers for Charlie Manuel, though. Hopefully, the well wishes of Philly fans will help him get through this difficult time. Prayers up for him and his family. Schwarber, 3-run homer pretty much iced the game. Ranger Suarez, it would have been nice to see him maybe sneak another inning out of it, but he got through it. He gave him 6. Bullpen did what they had to do, although every time Dylan Covey takes the mound, it's a Malox moment for me. I pray to God that guy isn't on the postseason roster. I mean, you just can't justify that.
Uh-oh. Sean, I hope you didn't listen to the beginning of the show. Probably won't be happy. I'm asking, does he get the nod in the big moments? You're saying I don't want him on the roster. You're right. All said and done, you're right. He should never sniff postseason ball. That's how desperate your pen is right now. This team, pitching-wise, they're a mess, bro. A mess. And I don't feel great about it. I don't feel great about it. I just thought it would probably work itself out by now, but it's clear that isn't the case, and maybe this is what they have to work through. And if so, then you're going to see some names that are shocking to see and probably unreliable guys for a majority of the season who are doing better than some of the bigger names now. Maybe I'm wrong, though. Rob's DNA is trusting the ones that have gotten you here and the ones that have the resume and the ones that have done it for you in the past. So maybe this is all for nothing. And then Sir Anthony just shakes it off and becomes a dog again when it's October. But it's hard to see that right now because he's been that horrible. And, you can make the legitimate argument to go to Covey instead of Sir Anthony in an 8th inning. And it's sad that that's real. But you'd be lying to yourself if you said it's not real. And it is real. And it's a terrible option, by the way. Going to Covey is an awful option. I'm relaying how bad Sir Anthony has been for this to be justified, and I think you can justify it. Unfortunately, you can justify it because of where the current state of your pitching staff is at this time. Anyway, with that, that's what I saw this weekend. We got a big series coming up. We'll be talking about it all week. I love you guys to death. I appreciate you, and we'll be talking very, very soon.